as I mentioned, I am a big person I hate to lose, don't you? I hate to lose. But part of life, you do have losses. You really do. As a teenager, I want you to be a winner. Refuse to lose. Refuse to give to the devil. Give in to the devil, his garbage. Refuse to lose. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a drawing and give away these little gifts. And for you, you want to pass those in? Everyone got Star Crunch, okay? And when you leave, we have Kit Kats. And I don't know how many are in there. Can you see? And when you get all done, Alyssa, see how many Kit Kats are in there. Maybe I can give 2 to everybody. How much?
66.
Okay. Yeah. 4, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay? You can have at least 2. Because those are bite-sized, snack size. And 2 of them would make almost a candy bar. So you can have a whole candy bar, almost. That'd be good, okay? All right, and we're going to have a drawing to give away some gifts. And we are for all colleges. I hope you know that. I love Golden State. I've spoken in their college for the girls. I've been there at Brother Sexton's at Crown College down in Knoxville. I've spoken there. I've been at West Coast. I highly respect these people. I love them. They're our sister schools. So this is what we're giving away right now. So are we going to have a drawing? You want to help me? Oh, let's see how many gifts I have. 1, 2, 3. All done. 4, 5. Oh, wow. 6, 7. You may be a winner. And these could be like sleep. You can sleep in these or wear them for fun. But this is for our school. And we're for all the colleges. I think you know that. So if you have them, did you give them to me?
No. The cards?
Oh, here. Okay, are you ready? We're going to have a drawing. I'm not good at cards. I never played cards at all. Guess where I'm going on my way home? I have a layover. Guess where? Las Vegas. I refuse, unless I can use it for the bus minute. No. I will not do that. Alyssa, have you pick?
Okay.
And we'll read who it is.
Any card.
Okay, read it.
Kiona Bradley.
Okay, Kiona, you got it. Good for you.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's clap for the winner.
Thank you.
Okay. And make sure you have them all. Okay.
Mariah Sevilla.
Oh, right here, Mariah. That is pretty. If you want to exchange with each other and interchange them, you can do that if it's wrong size. Okay, here we go. Are you ready?
Isabella Barrera.
It's all on this side. Sit on this side. Oh, here you go. Okay, here we go. Shall I shuffle like old maid? I'm not doing very good. Maybe going through Las Vegas, I know how to do the card. Not really. Okay.
Faith Callahan.
Good. Faith, you are a winner. Good. All right. Make sure I didn't give you 2 gifts. That'd be kind of nice, but I would never know. Here we go. What do you have?
Liberty Callahan.
Liberty. We're on this side now. Liberty, here you go. And here we go. And they can use it to sleep in or wear them for every day, whatever you want to wear them for. Here's another one.
Caitlin Delp.
The last one. Thank you so much. Let's give all the winners a hand. You're all a winner. You are. All right. I know you won't believe this, but at one time, I was a teenager. I really was. Guess how old I turned July 23rd last year?
40.
Who said 40? Oh, if I had $1, I'd give it to you. Keep guessing.
20.
Hello?
20.
20. Oh, I think I might stay here. Okay, who else? Oh, you're real close. Well, who else? Guess.
76.
How much? Who said it? What did she say?
76.
76? And they all went, oh, no. I turned 75, July 23rd. You were really close. If I have $1, I'd give it to you. Wait, maybe I do. Hold on. My last $1. No, not really. That's pity. But I just started thinking about teenagers. Some of you that may have been here when I've spoken before, I always end up with the teenagers, and I have the privilege, because I teach at House Anderson, I'm with teenagers all the time. And they never, ever, when they said 72, one girl kind of hit the other girl. She said, she's not 72. My grandmother's 72. I said, I am a grandmother. They said, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Slapped. No, I didn't slap. And I said, no, I am. And then the bus kids never think I'm over 40. Never. They'll say, you're 40. And one kid was like 18. He hit the kid. He hit him hard, too. I said, oh, don't do that. He goes, no, you're not. My mother's 40. I said, I have a daughter, 56. And they said, well, if you're under 40, how did you do that? That's what happens because of the public school system. No, not really. I'm teasing. I am totally teasing. I was in the public school system. I love the Christian school. I love homeschool. Are any of you homeschooled? I have grandchildren that are homeschooled now. Who's in public school? Me. See, that's how I was raised. That's how I was raised, public school. How many of you are in Christian school? Isn't that something? All the variety, for sure. I went to Catholic school for 8 years. And I was the type of kid, going into my teenage years, I did not like boys. You're not going to believe this story. Are you ready? In 8th grade, getting ready to become a freshman in high school, a young man named Jay, I won't tell you his last name in case it will come back to me in a lawsuit. I don't want to do that, but he said, hey, Kanan, that's my maiden name, JoJo, Kanan, K-I-N-N-A-N-E. He said, hey, Kanan, come on, get on my bike. You know that bar that ride across where the boys ride, they have a bar. They say, here, I'll take you for a ride. I said, I'm not riding with you. He goes, get on my bike. I said, I'm not getting on your bike. I was standing close to him, not close, but singing. He grabbed my arm. I went like this. And I hit him in the head with my shoe. Are you ready? I left a dent in his head. And he lived. He did live. I didn't go to jail in 8th grade. But you say, whatever happened to him? You're not going to believe it. When my husband, I'm not hiding from you, I'm putting back my shoe. When I got married, and we've been married now 57 years as of last Tuesday. And it's just been a great road, a great ride, definitely it's been. But my life as a teenager was quite different. That was one of my episodes. I still remember when my husband and I got married. And we lived in one place, and you move and go to a little bigger place, and you go to a little bit nicer, not nicer, but maybe a more room type place. And we didn't move a lot. And so we got a church house. My husband's in the ministry 45 years. And they decided to give us a church home. Built by First Baptist Church, a man from our church. And then because of seniority, after 25 years, they deeded the house to us. So it became our house, which was so kind. Well, first time to this house. The house was empty for a while. Brother Fisk went in on the ministry down to the southern states. He is a fellow that led me to Christ for the C.W. Fisk, very instrumental in my life. And they moved on, and their house was empty. Well, I used to ride past there, and I prayed, Lord, my husband's one of the assistant pastors. If that ever became available, if you don't want me to have it, but I love that house. Lord, I go on the way home, an empty house. I go around the back door and kneel and pray. And if, Lord, if this is what you want for us, and that was empty, 6 months. And then one day, Brother Hiles called my husband. He said, Roy, do you have one of the church houses? Do you have one? Do you live in one? He says, no, I don't. He said, how would you like the one on Franlin? The one I've been praying for. He said, oh, we'd love it. 1016 Franlin Park. We've been living there now 43 years. And I'll never forget it when I went there for the first time. Really, he said, okay, you want the house? Go over and mow the grass. It's about 2 foot high. So he went over and mowed the grass. We moved in there. Are you ready? We walked out in the back little deck area. As I'm looking at in our area in Munster, the fences adjoin each other. They're together. Do you know what I mean? Like the house, the people behind us, we share the same fence. On the side, we're city, we're not country. And they all adjoin, in the back. I walked out there with my husband, and I said, this is unreal. Right behind us, one house over, I looked, and I heard this voice. Hey, Kanan, want to get on my bike? That boy married now lives in that house. Can you believe this? How you doing? Come join us. How are you doing? He actually, give her some candy. We have more. We have treats. I'm not a cheapskate. I bring stuff. I love teenagers, so I always bring stuff. My husband goes crazy. What are you buying all this for? The teenagers? He said, this is for the teenagers? I said, yes, I love them. I love the teenagers. He goes a little goofy with me. I spend too much money on things like that, I guess, but not really. Can you imagine that? That's one of my stories. You're going to have things in your teenage years. Sometimes you regret them. And sometimes, can you imagine he still lives there? The worst part of it is, he came out where we kitty corner, touched fence, And he says, hey, JoJo, Roy, because, I dated, my husband was my high school sweetheart. We've been dating now almost 60 years. It's getting serious. I'm going to stick with him. And he says, JoJo, I want you to meet my wife, because she didn't go to school with us at Whiting High School. My husband went to a crosstown rival, Jay, my husband and I, we knew each other. Come to meet my wife, Jody. I said, Jody, it's really nice to meet you. She says, oh, I've heard about you. Oh, no. And then my friend, Jay, he says, yeah, she's the one that, the dent is still in his head. It dented his head, and it dented it in here. So I made a mark on lives, for sure. Can you imagine that? I went on through my high school years. I was never tried to be popular, but I tried to do something my dad taught me that I could encourage you to do, about refusing to lose. I was not saved till I was 19 years old. So I understand I was raised Roman Catholic. I got saved at First Baptist Church February the 9th, 1966. I'll be telling a little bit about it tonight and my soul winning story. But I'll never forget it as long as I live. I didn't know anything about salvation. Do you know what I'm saying? I knew nothing about it. I didn't know anything about being saved. I had a longing for it, but I didn't understand it at all. So, and my dad's Roman Catholic. He said, JoJo, a great truth that I share with you. He said, don't be a clique. Do you know what a clique is? Us two no more, us four no more. And you push people aside. He says, go toward the people that are by themselves. Go toward people that maybe aren't popular. Go toward the people that are different. Don't ever make fun of handicapped people. My dad taught me this at 15, 14 years old. He said, you know a lot about a person, the way they treat children and how they treat the elderly. You know how you treat them, never to make fun. Sit down and listen to them. He used to tell me that. He said, be careful about how you treat people in service positions. Do you know what that means? People that serve you. People that open the door for you. People that serve you in a restaurant. Know their name. Don't just go, who was our waitress? Know their name. If someone's handicapped, don't you ever make fun of them, because God may give you a handicapped child. And he did. Of my 6 children, I have a boy that is definitely handicapped. At your age, don't make fun of people. Go toward little children. Today is my granddaughter's 3rd birthday, and I'm here. And what they did so sweet today, they're having a little party for her. Her mother, my daughter, homeschools a family from our church. And my daughter's a teacher, taught for years in our Christian school. And now she's homeschooling a family from our church. They had a birthday party for her today. And they FaceTimed me so I could see it. And she's going, Nana. She thinks I'm there. You know, those are some of the sweet things, but go toward children. Go toward the elderly. Grandma. I'm a grandma of 10. And I have 4 grandchildren in heaven that were miscarried. They couldn't carry the baby, and the baby from their system passed away. Oh, I love being a grandma. Do you have a grandma? How many of you have a grandma that you know? How many of you have a grandma you get to be around sometime? Well, I want to be that grandma. 2 weeks from today, I will be, the Lord willing, if we don't have a snowstorm like yesterday. It took me 11 hours to get between airports and planes yesterday to get here. If you saw me last night and you talked to me, I probably didn't know my name. I was so glad I wasn't speaking last night. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like I was saying, what's your name? I don't know. What is my name? You know, I know what it is. It's on my bag. Yeah, that's who I am, JoJo. I was that tired. But, it's a joy. It was a joy. I'm so glad I got here. I'm praying, the Lord willing, no snowstorms. The airports yesterday literally closed down after I left. And I was on, between the airport, a flight to Orange County, delay, cancellation. Got here yesterday. I left in the morning. I woke up yesterday morning, your time, 2:30, and I got here your time, 3:30 in the afternoon. A little long day. But you know what? I'm praising the Lord for that I got to be here, and I get to be here with you today. Enjoy the things you get to do. Enjoy it. Enjoy high school. Enjoy junior high school. Enjoy the people you get to be around, but don't be a clique. So I didn't do that. My dad said, don't be a clique. Don't make fun of people. Can you imagine I get a son? of my 6 children is handicapped. My son's very handicapped, meaning I shouldn't say it that way. He'll never marry. He'll never have children. He's 53 years old. One of the kindest-hearted people you've ever met in the whole wide world, Roy Jr. You meet him, and he's just like, hi, how are you? Do you know my mom? My mom's traveling this weekend. Pray for her. Would you pray for my mom? He drives a car, but he'll always live with us. He'll never marry. He'll never have children. And not too long ago, he said this more than once. He said, Mom, would you pray something with me for me? I said, sure, Roy. He said, would you pray when God takes you, he takes me at the exact same time? If you can imagine. Can you imagine someone to make fun of him? And that happened. His growing up teenage years, people would make fun of him. He can't walk like you. He's had 35 surgeries. 35 surgeries. Not 3, not 5, 35. He walks kind of like this. He has rods in the feet and legs. He's had his tongue cut down, jaws broken just to get him to close his mouth because he was born abnormal. He was born with an enlarged liver, kidney, spleen, heart. He's never been severe hypothyroidism, cretinism, dwarfism. When he was in school, people would make fun of him. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. You know, refuse to lose. I'm not going to be a loser and do that. If someone is here, you see, by the south, befriend them. Hey, sit with us. Hey, sit with us. It's a good thing to do. He was in school one day at the high school, and Roy has motor damage. He's not, you can't give him instructions that he can't remember fast. You know what I mean? He has to write everything down. If you write it all down, he's fine. He checks it off. But if you tell him, it almost overwhelms him. You know, because the brain from here to here, it doesn't attach. Slow. And so it was in high school, and the teacher asked a question, and Roy Moffitt Jr., what would you say to that answer? He froze. He gave an answer off the wall. And everyone just laughed. You know, naturally, it's not being mean, but they just laughed. It was funny, but that was it. He just started sobbing. He was so embarrassed. And the teacher said, Roy, why don't you go to the restroom for a couple of minutes? Go ahead to the restroom. He went. Well, my husband's cousin happened to be teaching there at the time at Hammond Baptist. And they're not bad kids. Please don't think I'm saying that. It's just not realizing and making fun what it causes. He was in the bathroom sobbing. Have you ever been there? Just, you can't get when my father died. That's how I was. When I was going in my senior year of high school, my dad died of a massive heart attack in a bar and died unsaved. I wasn't saved myself. That's why be good to your mom and dad. Love mom and dad unconditionally. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They have flaws. I have flaws. You do? Oh, yeah, lots. I'm so glad my kids love me, and I love them unconditionally. Love mom and dad. How do you do it, Mrs. Moffitt? Write little notes of encouragement. You know, to try to help mom out. Don't just surprise her. You know, what happened? What are you doing? You're going to watch your little sister? Okay. You know, whatever you can do to show love to mom, because I wish I still had them here. Well, I still remember how that particular day when this all happened, that Roy came home. And he went right up. Oh, they called from the school to let us know what happened because they felt we needed to know how it broke him that day. I had it happen over and over and over again. And if you know me a little bit, I'm pretty mild. I'm fun. I like to have fun. I like to cheer and have a good time, but I'm not loud. Do you know what I'm saying? Or holler, scream, type thing. At a ball game, yes. Oh, yes, I get too involved. Remind me to say the wrestling story. Just say it to me. So, I get involved. But I'm not a screamer, hollerer. And so when he got home all day long, I've been thinking about this. You know what I mean? Thinking, okay, they made fun of him. This happens over and over again. Usually I'm good about it, fine about it, but not this day. He came home and went right upstairs to his room. Oh, I go up there right away and I said, Roy, I need to know what happened today. And he says, Mom, it's okay. I said, no, it's not okay. You can't let this keep happening to you, Roy. You can't tell me who did this. He said, Mama, let's just pray for them. You know how big I felt? Mama, if they knew how they hurt me, they wouldn't have done this. By the way, a couple of years later, he graduated provisional. Do you know what that means? It's not really like a regular graduation. It's providing what you can do. It's not a real graduation. But they honored that, and I think it's sweet. At the awards time, he didn't get it for valedictorian, salutatorian. He didn't get it for National Honor Society. He didn't get it for Who's Who. He didn't get it for the outstanding in this subject, the outstanding in history, outstanding. No. He just sat there and clapped for everybody. That was Roy. Still is today. And they said, and we have a new award this year. I thought, oh, that's nice. The Overcomer of the Year award. Someone that never quit. Someone that always had an excellent spirit, no matter what happened to them. No matter how many times they were hurt or defeated, he refused to lose. So I'm challenging you. The award for that year is Roy Moffitt Jr. I have goosebumps as I'm reliving it. The entire auditorium stood up and gave him a standing ovation. And no one sat down. They just kept it up. And you'd have to know Roy. This is Roy. Hi. Do you need something? I'll get it for you. He's on total disability. And he just walked down the aisle like this. And I'm just, and I'm not one of these people, like some of you are probably a nice crier. This is a plastic bag. We'll pretend it's a hanky. If I don't have anything, use a plastic bag. And I'm, how some people cry like this? Not me. And the nose is running, and the eyeliner is coming down. When I was homecoming queen my senior year, there was nothing feminine looking about it. My mother let me wear eyeliner. It was dripping down my eyes. My nose was running. And I still remember that Brother House gave Roy a $500 check to use it for anything he wanted. And then he was going to pick him up at our house and take him anywhere in the whole wide world he wanted, not whole wide world, but anywhere he wanted to go eat. What do you think he chose? Burger King. And he got, because he heard Brother House, would he get a junior Whopper and minus the ketchup? I mean, he wanted to order just what he ordered. He came to our house, Brother House did. He was our pastor for many years, a dynamic force in my life of good. And he came to our house, I opened the door, he says, I'm not here to see you, JoJo. Move back. Hi, Roy. I'm like, well, excuse me for living, And Roy refused to lose. Then my life continued on. Going back, but continue on in high school after what I experienced with poor Jay. Can you imagine? I see him almost every day with that dent in his head. So be nice to me. The only other thing I had was 2 guys used to call me stork legs. That didn't seem real complimentary to me. 2 huge legs sticking out of this person. That was me. And, hey, stork legs. This is going into my teen years. I said to my dad, if they say that one more time, I'm going to, temporary insanity is building in my brain, and I'm saying, I'm going to do something. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to do something. They rode by on the bicycle with the rod, the little, what do you call it? Like a
Rail?
A rail. Rail? Is it a rail? You know, I see that. A bar. Not a bar like a bad bar. I mean a bar like on a bike, And they rode by, this Jimmy and Billy. Billy was, he looked like a zipper if you stuck his tongue out. He was skinny as a toothpick with a fang that came out. No, he was so skinny. And then Jimmy was like 200, 300 pounds, And so Jimmy's riding the bike, Billy's on there, and they rode by. Hey, Starclay! I said, they do it one more time. My dad was there. I said, they do it one more time. He says, what are you going to do? I said, I'll do something. Oh, calm down, JoJo, calm down. I said, okay. They rode by again. Hey, stork legs. Oh, I knew where they were going. They were going around the corner. They were coming through the alley. I knew where they were. I ran in the backyard, hid behind our concrete wall we had there. And when he came by, temporary insanity had set in. I came out. This is 8th grade again. 8th grade was a bad year for me, And I grabbed Jimmy, the big boy, and I pushed him. He fell on the ground. Billy took off running, and I was just a skinny drink of water, And I got on his chest. I was wearing my pants so I could sit there and beat him to death. And I started beating his head in the alley. Can you imagine this? Don't you ever call me stork legs again. I won't. Don't you ever. And I'm kidding. I'm thinking, what am I doing? My dad was like 3 doors down at our store. He came around the back of the store, our dry cleaning store, and he went, JoJo! He had a bad heart. He's running down the alley. Going, oh, no, my dad's going to die. I'm getting up now, but don't you ever call me that again. He said, I won't. My dad said, what are you doing? I said, they call me stork legs. JoJo, go in the house. Okay. Nothing was ever said. That was going into my freshman year until, are you ready? Our 25th class reunion.
Oh, no.
As we're all seated, I don't know why they did this, but they had the homecoming court. I never was nominated for homecoming. Nothing. I just voted for my friends, excited about it, till my senior year, and I was homecoming queen. Well, they had us lined up, seated on the front row. I don't know why. They had the class officers, they had the homecoming court, just, I don't know why, for pictures and stuff. And all of a sudden, on the top of the bleachers there, they had, what do they call those? Risers. You know how they rise up and then you have people standing up? About 93, we had our class, and all of a sudden I heard a voice. Jimmy, who was still alive, sitting next to Billy, who also was alive. And they said, hey, Canan. Oh, no. Or better yet, hey, Stork Legs. Oh. Well, the class knew what had happened, and I said, I still can knock you off your butt and beat your head in the alley. And the class went hysterical. You get a little idea, I wasn't real feminine. I was a tomboy. But how did God make you? You can constantly work on improving. Don't you think so? We can constantly change and do better. What do you think? But I just refuse to lose. I refuse to lose to the devil. I want you to refuse to lose to the devil. And by the way, if you've messed up, get up and go again. Isn't that good? How God's our Heavenly Father. He loves us unconditionally. Did you realize that? He loves you unconditionally. You talk to your Heavenly Father and He just picks you up again. And you get going again. I have messed up, haven't you? How many can say I've messed up? Have you messed up? I've done something or said something to somebody or made a comment to somebody. Like the lady at the church. I could never get her to be friendly. I'd take my children to the nursery, at the 2-year-old nursery, little people. And they take their little name or a little round thing with a safety pin, had the number that would coincide with the paper. She would take attendance. They'd get the little tag, number 3, put on the back. They put it on number 3 on the little chart, then put Moffitt, Jason, Justin, whoever it was. Then extra, maybe like he needs to use the restroom often, or he needs to have his treat, or he's diabetic or something, special instructions. This lady would be seated like where you are. And I'd say, how are you doing today? Look down. I look down. She'd never look at me. I want to go like this. Hello. Hello. And I thought, no, that's not very nice, JoJo. But she kind of could you be my son for a minute? You turn into a boy. Please don't. Please don't. And I'm taking it and kind of grab her. Here's my boy. And then turn around, just like that. I'm not joking. To put his tag on him. And I thought, thank you for being my son. And do you know what I'm saying? And that used to bother me. I thought, could you be gentle with him? Not mean like to knock him down or something like this, but just appear uncaring. Do you know what I mean? Just to take him, put things, not look at you. I thought, I'm going to do something within God, with the Holy Spirit. I should pray this. Holy Spirit, within your power, please, I need help. But I didn't really pray for what I said. I need help. I thought, yeah, I do need help. It's like a split personality. And now I thought, I know this. She had a baby. She was pregnant with a baby. I'm sorry. And she had do you know what an empire dress is? These are back years ago. It would come up under here, and then it would pleat down. This was a style. I don't think it's in style now, but it's like a pleat that comes down. Well, she had one of those dresses on. So I thought, I'm just going to relate to her. I said, oh, when are you due? She looked up at me for the first time with eyes that would have gone right through my face and down through my heart, into my shoe with a knife. She said, I had the baby 3 months ago. So I thought I'd explain why I said that. Oh, you need to sometimes say words to yourself like, shut up, and fake a smile. Haven't you messed up by saying something you wished you hadn't said? Yeah, you want to say, oh, yeah. So I thought I'd explain it. Oh, I should have never done this. So I said, well, because I'm chunky monkey. I want to say, yes. No, I didn't say that. I said, I didn't know because the dress. She goes, oh, yeah, you better stop now because you're really going deep. Have a good day. And she took the tag off my son. No, not really. Do you know that lady for about 2 years would not even talk to me? Until her mom and dad became very ill, and that's my husband's job. He's our care pastor. We go in the deaths, people hurting, hospitalization, hospice. And that's when people are near death or very, very, very seriously ill. People have new babies. We get to do this. Take food to people that are needing food. It's just a fun way of having your life. Oh, it was so much fun to be able to do that. And we took care of her mom and dad. We used to see them every week. I'd write poems. I'd pick up pictures in there. And one day when they passed away, just within weeks of each other, she came up to me and she said, I just want to apologize to you. I said, what do you mean? She said, I've been so mean to you for years. And it's not you, it's me. Isn't that something? She's one of my dearest friends. I never ever turned on her, but can't we? Say things, refuse to lose. I just jotted down a couple things here. I have 10 minutes more, but I want to share. I've been trying to share things with you. But just some thoughts. The happiest people are those who serve others. Did you know that? The happiest people are those that serve others. Get in the habit of doing it at your young age. Serving someone could be sharing what you have for lunch today. It could be, hey, sit next to me. Hey, I have a pen here. Share your Bible. This is my special Bible. This is my Bible I keep at the college, and I use it every morning for devotions. I don't sleep real well. I had a knee replacement, and now I need the other knee replaced. I had polio when I was 9, so it deteriorated fast. Also, I was a big runner in college school. I a runner, jumper, high jumper, hurdles. I've fallen many times. I played girls basketball. I've injured myself, and then I had polio when I was 9. So your gait, or your normal gait, is off. So now the gait is your bones where it's structured. Even mine aren't. So the knee's gone. They replaced it. Now the other one needs to be replaced, but I failed my EKG. That's the heart test. They said your heart's too irregular. Plus my kidneys are bad. I guess I should be dead. They told me I'd never live to my 40th birthday. Never. There's no way. All 4 of my doctors have died. All my nephrologists, kidney, Dr. Steen, Dr. Reed, Dr. Eschbach recently, and Dr. Aerosmith. Don't be my doctor. No, better yet, don't tell me I'm going to die before 40. And I'm now 35 years later, still living. Isn't that amazing? I still wonder if it's just because I said, God, whatever time I have is yours. Being here to see you. My son is handicapped. You'd love him if you met him. Not love him like a boyfriend, I don't mean that, but you'd love his heart. You'd love his heart. I'm not joking. If you were here and he saw you had a need, or the other day, everything he gets from money he gives to people. He's on total handicap, disability from the state, gives a small check. He could never live on his own with that check, but he gives it away. Constantly buying things. One of the girls at the college, he found she had a need and bought her books for college. And he doesn't tell them. You know what I'm saying? And a family that were not real kind to Roy. He has been a friend to them all these years and their children. He's just a blessing. We can be that, can't we? Look for a need in serving. Look for a need, girls. Look for a need, even like at this meeting. How many of you are from this church? Raise your hand. How many of you are from Oregon? Anyone from Oregon? Okay. Where are the rest of you from? You're from Oregon. Where are you from?
Yuba City, Oregon.
Oregon?
Yuba City, Marysville, and I'm from Yuba City.
Yuba City?
Yeah.
It's California, right? The reason I'm asking, I'm not from here. So you say you could trick me. You could really trick me. I woke up this morning, didn't even know where I was. When you travel, I woke up in this hotel and thought, where am I? Just for a minute, Where's my husband? And I thought, JoJo, you're in California, I think. Yeah. Where are you all from? Where are you from? Nevada. Oh, wow. Are you in Las Vegas?
No.
Because I can meet you. Oh. Could you imagine me meeting me at the airport? Hey! Oh, we're together. The only time I was ever in Las Vegas, the weirdest thing ever happened to me. How many of you been to Las Vegas? Have you been? Okay. Have you been to the airport? They have slot machines everywhere. Is that what they're called? Slot machines?
Yeah.
It's where people gamble. Not just in one place. You walk off the plane like this, and it's right there at the end, everywhere. I went, oh, no. There's probably secret cameras. They take pictures of me and send them back to our church. Say, yeah, look at her at Las Vegas. Excuse me, I'm teasing. I walked off like this. All of a sudden, as I'm right there, money shot out of the machine. I went, no. I was like candid camera, and they're taking pictures of me, and the people would come out with a camera and say, hello, there's a candid camera. I went, no. And the man right behind me said, ma'am, that's your money. It's not my money. He said, ma'am, that's your money. It's not my money. It's not my money. The lady ahead of me, she goes, oh, that's my money. I said, good. No, leave it. No, get it. I didn't know what to say, And then another time I was there, it's not like I'll hang around Las Vegas, but every time I go there, something happens to me. Stay tuned. I get there, and the lady was in a long line, a cancellation. Right now, the weather, pray it doesn't cancel in 2 weeks because I get to go see my grandchildren in Seattle. I want to go see them so bad. I can see them once or twice a year. So I'm there again. Not the same. That wasn't the slot machine. And so I'm at the service desk trying to get a new flight. And you could tell the lady was under pressure. It's not her fault. I've got to get home. I need to be. God. Yep, I'm watching carefully. Thank you. Let me know. I just got 5 minutes. But I am watching that. I am watching that. What's that?
Don't forget the wrestling story.
Who?
You told me to remind you about the wrestling story.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were telling me to go run my bus route. I said, what day is this? It's a Saturday. I got to get on the bus route, Oh, is that funny? Yeah. Which story about the wrestling? Oh, about refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. Refuse to lose. I jotted this down fast. We have 5. Can you listen fast? The happiest people are those who serve others. Learn to say shut up to yourself when you're negative. Just learn to say shut up. Don't say shut up, JoJo. Use your name. I have a tape called Shut Up, JoJo. And I was embarrassing. You'd stand in line to be to be actually selling stuff. I want to shut up, JoJo. I thought, I'm JoJo, Talk to yourself, But really, there are times we just need to shut up. And you don't feel like saying something. Fake a smile. A nice smile, better than a nice one. Think on the good. Think on the good. This is a way. Think on the good and tell it to others before it's too late. Isn't that good? Refuse to lose is that. Oh, I wish I had. Your mom and dad, please trust me on this, girls. Refuse to lose on not telling your mom and dad you love them. Refuse to lose. When I had my dad die of a massive heart attack, unknown that would ever happen, and that was the last time I saw him that day. I'm so glad my last words were going through a discouraging time. I said, I love you, Daddy. Please live for me. He was very discouraged. And he kissed me, always kissed. I don't know if you do this, but my kids always kiss me on the cheek when they come in. Always. They always get in the habit of doing that. Just kiss your mom on the side of the cheek and say, I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. You're not going to want to do it, girls. It'll be too late when they're laying in a box. And you have to walk by. I'm glad I did. I wish I had. Do you get what I'm saying? Get in the habit of now doing that. Learn to cleanse your heart daily with the Lord. Cleanse your heart daily. Read your Bible. Read your Bible. We have a Bible reading schedule that I go by from our church. And you read certain portions, starting in Genesis, maybe go into Proverbs, maybe go into James, but all through the script. If you get in the habit of doing it, love your Bible. As God's holy word. You may not even say, I don't understand. Read it. Read it. Read it. Ask God, cleanse my heart, Lord. I couldn't come before you until I went before him this morning. Lord, if I've said or thought anything that I shouldn't have said, or if I was curt with somebody, sharp, abrasive, God, please forgive me. Oh, God, please use me today. Please. Learn to cleanse your heart daily, like your daily devotions. Be a builder, not a discourager. Be a builder, not a discourager. Think of good things to say, and then do it. I'll be teaching that. God bless you. I'll be teaching that next over in the fellowship. Fellowship hub? Yeah. I'm teaching about being an encourager, how to do it. I'm gonna have some fun with that. I'd be a builder, not a discourager. Oh, I have so many stories about that. A smile is contagious. Pass it on. A smile is contagious. Pass it on. It's a great way to live. I have more humor than normal, definitely in my life. I was going to tell the story about when I was, it was horrible. When I was my son was wrestling, and I didn't know anything about wrestling, and I decided I was going to just do whatever my husband did because I didn't know what to yell. So I'm going to wrestle. Well, the only thing I ever saw him wrestle was Jake the Snake with a boa constrictor on his neck as a big promotional thing, WW something wrestling, And I thought he's going to be a wrestler with a snake on. He got to wrestling, and I was sitting in the bleachers with my husband. And I refuse to lose. I want to cheer him on. But you're not going to believe what I did. Are you ready? I'm up there, and my husband said, I said, what do I yell? He goes, yell whatever I yell, okay? He said, get your base, son. I said, get on your face, son. He goes, not your face, your base. I go, go. JoJo's too late. He's doing something. Okay. Before I knew it, the kid grabbed my son. He threw him down. He got him by the neck. His coloring started changing. He looked like he was about to die. I was up in the upper bleachers, there on the mat with the wrestlers and the ref and the thing. And before I knew it, I was running down the stairs, turning to go down the stairs. I'm now on the wrestling mat with the wrestlers and the ref and me. Let him go. You know what? He did. I wish I could have evaporated that day, but I didn't. I went home. And I thought, no one's going to talk to me. No one did. I went to bed. Next morning, my son said, Mom, are you going to the wrestling meet today? I'm going to wrestle. I said, I wouldn't miss it, son, because you said that. He said, could you please stay up with the other parents? I said, before I said, my husband said, son, I promise you she won't move. And I didn't. Refuse to lose. You may make some errors, but refuse to lose. I love you girls very much. I'm Mrs. Moffitt. Don't forget, somebody loves you in Indiana.